Okay.
Culling 2 looks pretty cool.
Yeah, dude, Culling 2 looks dope.
Huh.
That's weird. Did you pause it?
Did you pause it?
No! What?
Everyone for himself! My people, welcome back to another episode of Moot Points. Right off the bat, I just got to apologize to someone in the room. That intro was a little bit hectic. I did something that was wrong. Charizard, I just want to say I should have taken you. I took Mewtwo, but look, man, there was a lot of fire, and I know you're a fire type, and I knew you'd be fine.
Is that the only apology you feel like making?
I think so. Without further ado, let's just jump right into it. The first topic, the Culling. The Culling 2. Brian, you heard of the Culling 2?
Yes, actually, I have.
It flopped. It sunk harder than the Titanic. The first one came out, what was it, 2013?
It had an early access, but it released in 2017, I think.
2017, correct. The first one was like a moderately successful game. It's a battle royale style game, a little bit before everything really took off with PUBG and Fortnite for sure. But then we see the second one, and the second one, like I said, no bueno. No bien. I don't know if no bien is how you say it, but didn't work out. The most concurrent players I had at one time was 300, which if you guys don't know is not very good.
Brian, not a lot of people.
I know that you were kind of debating whether you wanted to get this game or you want to stay with PUBG and Fortnite like you usually stick to. Tell me and the viewers a little bit what it's about and what makes it different, and kind of, if you can, why it flopped a little bit.
Yeah, so I mean, let's just start with the Culling 1 released in 2017, and it is currently 2018. So it has been less than 1 year since the first game came out, and they are already releasing a sequel. And so a lot of people wonder, why are they releasing a sequel when their first game just came out? So what happened was they stopped updating the first game in December. It came out late in 2017, and later in 2017 they stopped updating their first game.
Seems like a mistake.
Well, the reason they did that was to invest in making a sequel. But the Culling, you asked about the Culling. What's really cool about the original Culling is the melee combat. It has this really cool, unique take on melee combat that it's a lot of fun. It was what made the game stand out.
Yeah.
Noticeably absent from the sequel. You might not know that because you probably didn't play the sequel, because no one did, but they're missing the iconic aspect of their first game in the sequel. So when they're missing that aspect, their game is now not unique. Right. So they did the worst thing possible. They took out the thing that made their game cool, so their old fans are upset because they took out what they liked about the game, while simultaneously not doing anything unique, so no one has any reason to try this game. Yeah, they really shot themselves in the foot there. What we do have to talk about is the developers' response to the absolute failure of their game. One of the most unsuccessful game launches in history. And the developers, what they've done is they've come out and said, you know what, guys, we were wrong. We're gonna reinvest in Culling 1. They're refunding everyone who bought Culling 2, however few thousand people, refunding them. They're reinvesting in Culling 1. They're taking it back to the day one OG patch for Culling 1. They're going back to the day one build, undoing all of the updates they did to that game.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and well, it's especially awesome because the Culling 1 launched great, and then they made it progressively worse. And they're making it free to play. So I will play the Culling 1.
Well, guys, let us know if you played the second one. We'd love to hear from you. See what you thought about it, because obviously the internet gave it really poor reviews. We'd love to hear from you personally what you thought about it, and if you're going to play the first one. So let us know. You know where to put it down below. Looking forward to hearing it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the post of the week. This time it is coming from a beautiful Moot user with the username of Purple. Can you imagine that? Purple. And he or she is asking today, why is World of Warcraft not considered one of the greatest games of all time? Which is a really good question.
Great question.
Us, honestly, because I don't know, when I think greatest game of all time, I'm a little biased, but I think GTA 5, keep your eyes peeled, by the way, event coming, on Moot. And, you know, like the older games like Super Mario, Classic, Mario Kart, the original, I don't know, maybe even Tetris or like, you know, some of just the old time classics. And I think it's a great question. So I'm going to kick it to you. Why do you think World of Warcraft is not like looked at as one of the greatest games of all time?
Well, I personally consider it one of, if not the best game of all time. So it's definitely an interesting question for me to consider because I didn't realize that there were people out there who didn't consider this just one of the automatic classic best games of all time.
Well, I mean, you look at lists online. I think that's what he's kind of referencing. You look online, like at IGN or Polygon, whatever, they always put out this list of like the top 100 games of all time. And personally, I've never seen it on there. So,
yeah.
You know?
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that people didn't rank this game super highly. I think it could be that while it feels like, as someone who played the game, everyone I talk to has played this game in the past, it's true that there are tons of gamers that just didn't have access to PC gaming 10 years ago. So a lot of people, instead of playing World of Warcraft, were playing Call of Duty or Halo 1, Halo 2. I mean, amazing games, iconic series, some of the best games of all time. But just, it was only on one platform that wasn't necessarily universally available when this game was at its peak.
Right.
And then there's a lot of stigma around it. You know, it's the center of kind of a lot of these memes that are like, you know, no-lifers playing this game. There's the iconic South Park episode.
I mean, great question, Purple. You know, it's really subjective to the person. So,
Yeah.
you know, guys, let us know what you think. Do you think World of Warcraft should be ranked in maybe the top 10 games of all time? Because statistically, I think it should. I see no reason why. So, guys, let us know down below. Moving on, it is now time for
Meme of the week. Did I get it?
Dang right it is.
Hey!
And this week, it is coming from, drumroll please, Hardcore Gamer, another beautiful Moot user. Mwah. He is coming with the heat.
That's the
Good.
first one that's made me actually
That's
laugh
good.
in weeks.
Like I say every time, submit your meme around Moot, any lounge, any board. Well, not any board, put it in the memes board. But
We'll find it.
we got eyes everywhere. See those eyes? This one? So many eyes. Well, that's about it, folks. That is all we have for today. Actually, there is one more thing.
Actually, there's one more thing.
Actually, factually, there is one more thing to contractually say to you. Would
Well,
you like to read question of the week?
I would. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The question of the week, which I will read to you now, is what game do you want to see come to Moot as our next lounge? Let us know.
Down below in the snow, bro. That's about it. That's all we have for the week, folks. I hope you enjoyed the episode. As always, thank you for being you, and we will not see you next week, actually, because I'm going to be in Korea, so it's on him.
Solo dolo.
It's on him.
Good luck to everyone, especially me.
He will.
See you next week.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.